Hi guys, it's Aegis here, and today I'm going to do a deck profile for the new set, the Asia Circuit Champions. So today I will be doing a Dimension Police, mainly because I'm only playing this clan in the set, so I probably won't be able to do any Aqua Force or Grand Blue because I won't have the cards. Because my friends are sharing a case, almost a case with me, which you saw it in the unboxing video. So let's start. So at first, our Sonic Vanguard is Goisha. Nothing special. Just on ride and draw one, so very simple one. And then next, I'm running for Dayusha. So in the new series, Dayusha is actually becoming a lot better. So this clan is a force clan, so you will get the force gift markers, and he has two skills. First one, which if you have 35k or higher, he will gain a crit. So if you are on attacking, then you can match your numbers, and it's like burst in the G series, that you don't have to be at the start of the attack step to gain the number, and you can rely on triggers, you can rely on boost to gain the crit. Also, it's less important, but in case if you get yourself to 35k or higher, on your opponent's turn, he can gain a crit, which sometimes helps with other of your regards that maybe they will gain like power to up the defense. And then the second skill is once per turn, active skill, rests any number of regards with this skill. For any unit that you rest as a cost to use this skill in the turn, this unit will get 10k per the unit you rest. So if you rest 2, he will gain 20k, and it keeps going on. So this skill actually helps Dayusha to gain a crit a lot easier, and also allows you to do quite a bit of comboing. The crit, usually when I play, I will make sure to myself to get it. It's also a good tactics to just hit for like 33k and see if I can get a trigger, but most of the time I will just let him have the crit, forcing my opponent to drop a PG, drop hands to guard, or maybe if they don't want to guard, I'm sure to gain the crit already. So when I have a crit trigger or other triggers, then it's easier for me to calculate by then. That's why I prefer to be always ready 5k plus. And next I'm running for Great Dayusha. He is usually not the unit that you want to ride first, even though he also have a force marker, and he also has a on-ride skill, which is when you ride him or when he appears on the Vanguard circle during the turn or your front row. Basically, you say your 3 units in your front row, so basically all of the front row units of yours will get 10k for the turn, but he only gives power when he rides, so like most of the time you won't have that much regards in the front row. You may have 1, unless you are really rushing your opponent, you will have 2, but if not, when you ride him, sometimes you will only get 10k just for himself and then the force marker, so not efficient, I would say, if you ride him first. but the second skill makes him very powerful, which will be activated from your hand. First, when your grade 3 Vanguard is attacked and battle ends, if that grade 3 unit is 45k or higher, and that grade 3 didn't appear this turn, so then you can counter +1 and ride this card in stand mode, and during the turn he will get 10k power. So basically you can't ride a grade 3 or superior ride or do anything to make sure you can activate this skill, because if you ride, you can't use this skill, which you do need to calculate your numbers very carefully, because it needs to be 45. Sometimes you can try to gamble with one trigger to be 45 and just jump him and give Thermal 10k, give himself 10k, and use a force marker to give another unit 10k. Nothing much else to say about him, except that you need to be making sure yourself that you don't ride and then superior ride him. Also, since he can give you force marker, so during the turn you put him on the field, he actually gives you a lot, but then after that he is basically just a vanilla, so prefer not to ride him. And one last thing that is good about him is that you don't have to consider you hit or not. Just battle ends, then you can superior ride him. So if you push damage enough, you can still put him on and try to be a finisher. If you didn't push enough, like if you gain a crit here attacking and your opponent PG, then you can still do him to gain more hands, more chance to get triggers. And then next, I'm running one Mask Police Leader Shield Bard. So his skill is a regard skill. When your Vanguard is 30k or higher, this unit will get 5k and 1 crit. So it's another way to push your opponent, because it's very easy to gain 30k, and with Great Dayusha you can gain 10k for him, and if you put a force marker on him, he will be a 38k with crit, which you can still be triggering, so he can always be bigger. But do note that he does not have any Vanguard skill, and he will not give you any force marker. So entering grade 2s. First, I'm running for Die Dragon, which is the star of this deck. So first skill is an active skill when he's in Vanguard and Regard circle. By Soul Blasting 1, during the turn select one of your Vanguard and plus 5k. So he's one important unit to have a Dayusha to reach 35k or more, or closer to 45. And the second skill is when your Vanguard is 35k or higher, this unit will get 10k power. So gaining that 10k is very helpful. Well, with another trigger, he himself can be a 30k attacker, and you don't need to boost him to be bigger, but if you want, you can. But being able to hit high numbers just by himself is very important. And next, I'm running for Cosmo Beaks. Skill is a Regard skill. When he appears, counter +1 during the turn. This unit and your Vanguard will get 5k. So another helpful tool to help your Vanguard to gain the power, not only on grade 3s but sometimes on 2s, and you'll see very soon. Also that he can be a 15k attacker when he appears, which is simple and great, because in this deck a lot of times that you won't have boost, or you will prefer to save some cards in your hand for early game, and he gives you advantage to increase power, so that even your opponent get a trigger, they can't just go very easy with a 15k guard, because you gain a 5k as well, so one trigger will just hit the 15k. So they can't just put a 15k and say they are safe, but because of you have a good trigger, then with 5k you can just go get through. So they will have to give you more, or they will just have to give up and say no guard. And next I'm running free Miracle QT. So she's one of the new Miracle series card. The skill is a Regard skill. When she attacks the Vanguard, if your Vanguard is 30k or higher, draw one. So usually you won't get a draw, basically, but it's a free way of drawing cards. So I prefer to use her. I tried Mass Police Granda. He's also great, which you can make your own preference on using her or using Mass Police, but I think I prefer her for now, because like with these guys you can pump your Vanguard power to usually to 20k, and if you are getting one trigger you will hit 30k. So it's not hard to get 30k early game, and it's even easier to get it later game. So these guys are already giving opponents pressure with crits, and if they are guarding those, just put power to her and hoping yourself to draw one. So here's my tools, and entering great ones. First I'm running 4 Die Brave. So this is another important card in this deck. First skill is a active skill, Vanguard and Regard once per turn by Soul Blasting 1. During the turn, your Vanguard will get 5k power, so it's like Die Dragon. But then the second skill is when your Vanguard attack hits opponent's Vanguard, by putting this card in your soul, you will draw one. So because in this deck, Die Brave you will take a soul, Die Dragon will take a soul, which you always need to find a way to keep refueling your soul, which he will do the job and also give you a draw one. And you can use his skill like early game. For example, if you have a great one here, usually you ride on him, and then you can just call one, so blasting, give your Vanguard 5k, and this card can still swing, and this you can also swing, and if you hit, you can just put him into soul and draw one. So he can be very active early game, and if he stays longer, it will just give your Vanguard a little bit more benefits. And then next I'm running free Die Marina. So the skill is a Regard skill. When he appears, Soul Blasting 1, select one of your Vanguard. During the turn, your Vanguard attack. During the battle, your opponent, when they guard from hand, they have to at least call 2 units in the Guardian Circle, or else they can't guard. So this is very important, because you always want to hit your Vanguard to hit, and your opponents, if you're fighting like a Protect clan, they will always have a Protect and PG, because they have a lot, which this card will help you to make them drop more cards. because if they want to PG attacks, they still have to, one, discard one for the PG cost, and second, they will need to give you an extra card to guard with the PG. So instead of 2, they need to draw 3 cards. And if they don't have a PG, sometimes if your attack is not that high, they may want to just draw 1 card and say 2 pass or something, which this card will break it. And next, I'm running 2 Thailander. His skill is a regard skill, which when your Vanguard is 30k or higher, your opponents cannot intercept. So it's very simple skill, but very important as well. Because sometimes, if you, for example, have a regard Dayusha trying to attack the Vanguard, your opponent will just intercept and let them go. And for example, Grand Blue will be using their graveyard very effectively, so they might prefer to intercept the grade 2s, go to the drop zone for 1, to increase the amount of cards in their drop zone so they can use the skill a lot faster, and second, they can just reborn the stuff, which this card, when he stays here, and it's easy to get 30k when you are on break freeze, so you will just block the thinking on this idea, so which is important. And sometimes that 5k just matters. Sometimes it just matters because they might just need that 5k to block your attack, but they can't. So but I'm running 2 because I don't need a lot of him early game, and usually my power is high enough that they will just drop PG, but just in case. And next I'm running 2 Die Tiger. So he got a skill as a regard that when your Vanguard attack hits opponent's Vanguard by putting this card into your soul, to select one of your opponent's regard and retire. So very simple, a little bit like Die Brave, but he himself is a retire. So which makes DP very strong just by this. And next I'm running 2 Commander Laurel. So Laurel has a new skill now, which is a active skill once per turn by counterblasting 1 and resting 4 regards. Select one of your unit during the turn. That unit power will be doubled and you will gain a crit. And he doesn't say original power, so whatever amount on that unit when you activate the skill, that will be doubled. Which, for example, if you write a Dayusha, put a force marker on him, and then you put a Laurel, use the skill, your Dayusha will be a 46k free crit unit, basically. Which can be very strong, and if you are first turn player, you usually can rush your opponent by this, and if like a dream, if you get 2 crit, then you just hit your opponent for 5 damage. So this is possible. I tried like sometimes 5, sometimes 4, but usually my opponent's at the PG, so it doesn't matter that much. But I still prefer to use 2 of him, but I won't recommend 4 because 4 is too much, because I don't actually use that skill that often, but this is again good to have. And next about triggers, I'm running 7 crits, 4 PG draws, extra draw, and 4 heals. Okay, so we are quickly coming back because I just saw my phone battery is about to go out, so I charge it a bit. But basically, you saw the list already, and let's see if I can do something here. So usually you will have your Vanguard Dayusha, and you try to have a Die Dragon. If maybe you will have a possibility for another Die Dragon here with ones. Especially if you can have one Die Brave. If you're on a finishing turn or rushing turn, you want this, then maybe one of this or this. So for example, if this is your lineup, so you will have a force marker on him, that is one, and 23, and you Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast maybe 2, let's say you Soul Blast 2, and you will get to 33k, which if you just rest 1, he will be 43 and you just go. Or sometimes if you are not having a very nice feel, just assuming they are not that great, maybe this skill used and this, then what you might do is Soul Blasting 1 for this and rest 2. So by doing that, you will be a 48, which is still big enough. So you have many ways to actually run deck to hit the numbers. And even with Laurel in play, let's say like this. What I usually would do if I need to use Laurel skill, I'll rest this wall, because Die Dragon can hit 20k just by himself, so not going to cost you a lot. And do remember, because this is an active skill, so after you use the skill, you can still like maybe replacing this, and holding this up if your hand is big enough. And of course, then you can still maybe rest 1 afterwards, because you need to rest 4 first. If you rest 1 and rest 4, that will cause the whole field to be rested, which is not always the best way. And also remember, since Laurel will just double the power of your Vanguard on their current state, so if you want to use these skills to give power, do that before you use Laurel skill. Then that 5k will become a 10k. And then basically not that much sort of a combo, but you can always gamble for a great Daisha, or if you know that you have one in hand, you just try to hit 45 swing, but then your opponent might know that you have one. Or if you even don't have one, you can just pump him up so that your opponent will make a guess on do you actually have one. So they need to be very careful with what they are guarding, because even though if you rest like 3 of them to make him a 53 and swing, and then you just ride on him, give another marker maybe on here. Even just by that, after you ride, the great Dayusha is 43, this one will be 30, and this one will be 40. Yeah, which if by then you still have more triggers, then the numbers can be higher. So that's why Die Dragon is very important. They don't need any boost. If you have, that's even better, but not, they can still hit 30-40k very easily. Yeah. So that's I need to say about this deck. I do have another, I would say a harder to play build, which I am still sort of testing out, but I think I find my answers already, which is a build relating to Miracle Beauty. It's a little bit similar to this, but the lineup will be, let's say, 40 to 50% difference, because I am trying to make Miracle Beauty work and I'm trying to make some funny combos. And after testing, I do know that what I need to replace in the deck, and I will probably be showing that as well. Just after my tuning, then I will just record it and make sure you guys see it. Which, as into my comment about Force Clans, for now I do see DP as a very, very interesting Force Clan compared to the others that I played, which is like Kagero, and I played Spikes as well, which you know I sold the deck already, because a Fort Spikes is kind of interesting at first, but then it's so easy to get bored, in my opinion, because what you usually do is the same. You just put the high units, high attacking power units out, and then next turn switch them out, and then you spawn the board to put the cards back and keep recycling. And then use Savory to keep calling units to pump himself, and then just hit. That's all. And like Royals, I don't quite see a second build. Same with Spikes. You can actually do a Soul Saver build with like Gigantic Charger, but then it's fun, but most of the time you'll be using Alfred. And with Kagero, it's always about Overlord and Waterfall, and your Wincon is kind of well known. But with DP, I can go with this build, which is kind of like other Force Clans, that the Wincon is very one-sided, even though you have like many ways to gain attack, gain crit on different units and to win, but it's very, very close. So in DP, I instead of just playing this, I can at least see Miracle Beauty as another way of playing the deck. That's why it gets me excited, and I do see DP with a higher chance to compete with other clans, because with Spikes, I think if they don't push enough against Protect, it will be very hard to play. Fighting with XL, they will just get rushed very easily. And Royals, if you know well, they aren't actually topping most of the time, because OTT is there and they have to OTT basically, unless you are again rushing high enough and just lucky and get a lot of pressure. If not, it's hard. In Kagero, they do have retire, they can fight very stable, but then against OTT, their win con is by using Waterfall to break through the opponent's guard. So I would say not effective, but with this deck, first Dariusha gain a crit, so your opponent needs to guard, and Great Dariusha give you a whole line power. You and that dragon can be very strong just by himself. So, and also not to forget that Laurel with Dimarina, you can even activate this skill during like grade 2s and give your opponents an early rush. So DP do have a lot of potentials to go top, even though against Protect clans is still a little bit hard. Fighting with Grand Blue will be like a fair game, but you need to rush them. OTT, you need to rush them. Megas, you won't be afraid of the skill that much, because even if they minus 5k or not, you can just rest all those units and keep your Vanguard power to reach numbers you want for your Vanguard anyway. Against XL, Aqua Force will be a little bit painful. Against Tachi, it's more like a sort of fair game still. They don't have that much of an advantage, but Aqua Force, because they can keep hitting you early game, which if you want to be safe in late game, you need to guard early, which you always lose all your hands. So that's a little bit hard, because I've been like fighting Aqua Force for quite a few matches today, which I will also be uploading those. And I do have also record a match with this deck fighting Tachi, and this is my Tachi deck, so you can see it later, and then see what you think and let me know, because this will also help me improve, and maybe you guys also have some other interesting deck ideas that I didn't mention, or maybe I don't even know, so feel free to let me know. Then I think that's all I have to say in this video. This one is a little bit longer just because I am a little bit more hype on DP more than other clans, so I do prefer to spend a little bit more time to explain different stuff and talks about it. I do have plans on making premium decks, but it's still in plan. I haven't started making any ideas yet, but I do have a few plans going up. Not a full idea, but a little bit starting point, so I can make those when I know what I have to do. So stay tuned for the next fight video, and if you are looking forward to my Miracle Beauty build, do let me know, because if you let me know, then I might get it up earlier, because I just need to fine tune a little bit stuff. But I do want to show more fight videos with against other different decks, different deck types, so that you know how good they are and what you need to take care of. So before my next video, see you guys next time. Signing off.